Hey guys, Avilo here, bringing you a video about, yes, you guessed it, Brood War HD. Oh, Starcraft Remastered. Brood War HD, whatever you want to call it. Big Dick Brood War, whatever. So, this video, guys, you may have noticed, Blizzard actually released patch 1.18 for Brood War. And it's basically a PTR. It seems like a kind of like little, almost like a test patch for the upcoming StarCraft Remastered kind of thing. But anyways, it's nice because now you can actually stream Brood War. Like, I'm actually able to stream the game now. I can window capture the game. You can put it in window mode. It basically makes the game, at least for me, streamable, because before, if I wanted to go through the hassle of streaming Brood War, I would have to change my resolution settings, do this, do that. Like, I didn't want to do that, to stream the game, and it was tough to play because of everything else, and it wasn't full screen. But this is like, they released that patch. I think I'm going to be streaming a lot of Brood War because the game is fucking amazing. It's fun, even after these, 19, 20 years, however long. Not since 1998, StarCraft and Brood War have been out, and I still remember how to play the game. I mean, the game it's good. It's just good. I mean, I would say we're probably gonna see we already were seeing a revival of StarCraft Brood War in the last 6 to 8 months to 12 months. We were already seeing a revival with a lot of professionals from StarCraft II, like Jadong, Flash, Beastu, etc., going back to StarCraft 1. But I think this summer, when they finally come out with StarCraft Remastered, Brood War HD, when they finally come out, there's going to be even more of a surge and more of a revival from a lot of people playing. Most of the Korean community already plays it. So many foreigners, aka non-Koreans, including myself and other people, like, everyone's going to be playing it because there's going to be so much hype around it. It's just, for me, it brings back so many memories, and when I play the game, it actually feels so good. The game is so well designed. Like, it's stood the test of time. It's chess. It's the chess of RTS. It's just, the game about mech is viable. Mech is actually like the way to play almost in every matchup. And the game, it's crazy. Like, even just talking about it, I'm just like speechless because it's so good. It's what StarCraft II should be. It's what StarCraft II could be if StarCraft II had some changes to it. I actually played. I joined a random game this last night, and I happened to find Tasteless in a game just very randomly. So I played a game. I played what? I think 4 games against him, and his brother Day9 was obsing the games, and I actually I felt like and he's like, the funny thing is, he's actually a really good player. He's better than me right now in my current state because I can tell he's been fucking playing and practicing a lot. Like, holy fuck. Anyways, like in those kung fu movies when, the kung fu masters fight each other, like, they may have their differences, but then they fight each other, and then, like, the kung fu masters are like, you can only truly understand someone if you fight them. Well, I feel like I have a little bit more respect for, any times in the past when I may have shit-talked Tasteless, or even when he's gotten shit for, he doesn't play the game or stream the game. Apparently, that's all bullshit. He's still playing Brood War, guys. He still plays it, so my respect meter, I think I'm not going to be, so cavalierly shit-talking him too much, if at all, because, like I said, you fight somebody, and You understand them, like in those kung fu movies. That's what I felt like when I played. I'm just like, oh, well, I get it. Like, it just felt... It felt so good playing Brood War, even against, like, I actually took one game off of them out of 4, with the old school timing push, and there was another close game with Goliaths against Carriers that was really, really close. But even just talking about the games, you get what I'm talking about, like this, it's such a good, playing the game is such a fucking good feeling. You just feel so positive playing this game because, like, even right now, I'm just thinking, like, what could I have done better in this? What could I have done better? I could have done this, and this better. I could have built my buildings more neatly. I could have. There's so many more things I could have done that I should have done better. Like, the difference between Brood War and Starcraft II, in my opinion, for now after playing those games against somebody that was really good, and playing Starcraft II games, like, it's a world of difference where you just feel like. Starcraft Brood War, you feel like I could have done this so much better. I could have done so much better. And then Starcraft 2, you feel like you're flipping coins. God damn it. You feel like you're flipping fucking coins. Like, oh, landed on heads this time. Guess the Nidus Worm is killing me this game. Which leads me to my next point. I'm really, really hoping that if Brood War HD, if Starcraft Remastered does help make an even bigger resurgence of Starcraft, I hope that it honestly pushes the Starcraft II developers to kind of wake up out of their slumber, because there's some things... I honestly like both games. I think both games are really good. It's just that I think Starcraft II has a lot of blatant, obvious issues with it that shouldn't be in the game. For example, I made that last video describing how every game in StarCraft II feels like you're being DT rushed. It just feels like you're being DT rushed from, like, no matter what strategy, like, it feels like everything feels like a DT rush. It feels like you get that feeling that you're being DT rushed and you can die at any time and the game just ends abruptly. These games in Brood War that I've been playing, harassment, there is harassment. There's harassment, but it's not the defining part of the game. It's not the end-all be-all of the game. Games go on for 10, 20, 30 minutes, and the game is not only about killing SCVs or killing probes or killing drones. That's definitely a part of the game, but it's not... You can come back from fights, won fights, lost fights. It's more about actually, ironically, deathballing. The game is actually, interestingly enough, StarCraft Brood War is actually about deathballing, which is what is really perplexing to me, because everyone in StarCraft II said they hated deathballs, but honestly, deathballs are actually good. Like we're all so naive to we all thought, like, yeah, deathballs are bad for the game, but no, actually, deathballs are kind of good for the game. When the game is more focused on your control of your army and your base, a real-time strategy game, rather than just you send something to the mineral line, you send Widow Mines to his mineral line, burrow him, and you kill 20 workers. Or you shade adepts back and forth between the worker lines, and your opponent can't do anything. Like, that doesn't happen in Brood War. The game is more about your units versus his units, and then you fight you micro, and you macro, and then you get more units, and you fight each other, and you do it again. And then you take a base, and you keep taking bases, which extends out your reach onto the map, which leads to more fights against each other. We all have known this for years, guys. We all have known that, like, you know, the way you expand leads to fights. But also, another thing is, there's 1,500 minerals per mineral patch. You can stay on 2 and 3 bases a lot longer in StarCraft Brood War than you can in StarCraft II. I highly, highly would recommend, and I would highly encourage people to support what I'm saying. StarCraft II, they should put 1,500 mineral patches back at every single mineral patch. It's disgusting that they sped up the game so much by removing the minerals at your bases so that you can't stay on 2 and 3 bases long, which is also why we've seen mech disappear in StarCraft II. And ironically, StarCraft Brood War is an amazing game, and mech is actually the strategy in every matchup. So there's something not adding up here. People say mech is bad for StarCraft 2, yet mech is actually basically the way you play StarCraft 1, StarCraft Brood War. So there's honestly something not... There's a disconnect between the community, the developers, and what everybody's perception of what is good or bad for gameplay, because it's very obvious that the route that Legacy of the Void took from Heart of the Swarm was a very bad negative route. The economy changes were bad. I think the 12 workers start made games coin flippier, honestly. And just in general, Legacy of the Void is a much inferior game to Heart of the Swarm. Heart of the Swarm is much closer to Brood War. Not exactly, but Heart of the Swarm is more like Brood War. The whole death ball and building up, and you can stay on your bases a lot longer, which also makes the game easier for casuals, but makes the game more about building up and fighting instead of just harass, you killed him, he's dead, he can't do anything. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to be streaming more Brood War because the game, like, my muscle memory's coming back, you know, the depot placement, leaving SCVs over there to build depots, the timings on everything, 4 or 5 factory timing pushes, the 2-1, you know, the fast 2-1 upgrade build in TVP. Like, I even remember that stuff. I'm even using there is some stuff that I'm really rusty on that I used to do so well when I was playing the game actively, like building ghosts to put on the edges of my base to lock down arbiters that are coming in to try and recall. I used to do that. I used to be able to do that every single time. Obviously, it's been years, so I think as I practice more, you guys will actually... You Brood War elitist veteran people that have been watching and playing Brood War are going to watch my stream, and you're going to watch me doing... A lot of people were already saying in my stream chat, like, what the fuck? Avilo uses ghosts? Like, what is that? Like, wait, what? He's actually pretty good at this game. What? Wait, what? He's actually good at Brood War? Like, this is impossible. Starcraft, like... So, I think a lot of people will actually like tuning in my stream, and yes, I play the same way in Brood War that I play in Starcraft 2. I turtle, I turtle, get up to 200 supply, make a good army comp, and yeah, that's the way I like to play, and it works even better in Brood War than it does in Starcraft 2. Honestly, if they fixed Starcraft 2, I'd be fucking GSL Bonjol by now with the way that I play mech and play so well. But, you know, Starcraft 2 punishes you for playing macro games at the moment. But yeah, I definitely am going to be streaming a lot of Brood War in the next coming weeks. If anything, I think it'll be really good because also it'll show you guys the differences and similarities between the games, and you can be like, damn. Honestly, I truly hope if me and other streamers stream more Brood War in the next coming weeks, you guys will... People will be like, damn, this is so cool in Brood War, like how these games go like this. Why isn't StarCraft 2 more like this? And then what I'm hoping is, eventually that seeps into the consciousness of the StarCraft 2 community, and maybe that'll urge Blizzard to fix some of the very obvious issues. Pylon cannon under the ramp does not belong in the game. Invincible Night Swarm does not belong in the game. Mass Ravens does not belong in the game. Mass Swarm Host does not belong in the game. These are things that are just bad for the game and could be patched out in 5 minutes in the map editor. If you're good enough with the map editor, you could tweak those things, patch them out of the game in literally 5 minutes. So I'm hoping that this honestly, I'm just gonna be... Let me be fucking real here. Let me be fucking real here for a moment, guys. Let me... take my glasses off. I can't even see you right now. I'm gonna be fucking real as fuck right now. I honestly, between you guys that are watching this YouTube video, just between us, I honestly hope Brood War or Starcraft Remastered, Brood War HD, I honestly hope it fucking kills Starcraft 2. That might seem really mean. That might seem really... Some of you guys right now are probably like, oh my god. I honestly hope it. I honestly hope it fucking kills the monstrosity that StarCraft II has become, to the point where the developers have to sit back. And I say this it might seem negative at first, but I really mean it in a constructive way, because sincerely, StarCraft 2 is not getting the patch attention it deserves, and the things that I just mentioned, all those crazy stupid things, Mass Adept, Invincible Nidus, blah blah blah, Swarmos, etc., Mass Raven, those things aren't getting patched out of the game when they should be. And honestly, if something like StarCraft Remastered comes along, maybe it'll make, my sincere and honest hope is that it makes the StarCraft 2 balance team and development team take a step back and look and say, what have we been doing? We haven't been doing anything. If we had fixed these problems with the game this whole time, this could have been bigger than League of Legends. This could have been the #1 esport. It could still be growing even more than it is, you know. I honestly hope, but you know, I like StarCraft 2. What I don't like, and I say it on stream all the time, I don't like the direction that they took Legacy of the Void compared to how Heart of the Swarm was. It made it a very inferior game. And Brood War feels a lot more like Heart of the Swarm than Legacy of the Void. Legacy of the Void is an abomination. It's a fucking abomination. And I don't want to get too negative here because I have many positive vibes from playing all those Brood War games tonight. But StarCraft Legacy of the Void is an abomination. Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm, so good. So good. And it was so fun playing those games. And the pacing of those games was so good. And then they did the 12 workers start, removed minerals per base, and made the game about killing workers instead of, like Brood War and Heart of the Swarm, like making an army, fighting, rallying units, making an army, fighting, making a base, macroing. Glorious, 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 epic games. Epic games. 20-minute games, 30-minute games, 40-minute epic slugfests of games. So epic. Instead of these 10-minute games that we have in Legacy of the Void where the game abruptly ends from 20 workers dying. So, honestly, to end this video, probably going to stream more Brood War today. I might do an entirely Brood War stream today to try and stay positive and to play the game a bit. And I honestly hope you guys enjoy it. And if you haven't played Brood War, tune in. The game it's fucking amazing, even after 18, 19 years. I would say my skill level, if I had to estimate, is around C+ level. Probably right now, around that, I would say. Well, the highest I reached on iCup was B-. I could have gotten higher if I had been better and knew more about the game back then, like I know now. So my highest was around B- on iCup. Probably, maybe I'm around like C- right now, something like that. If I'm being generous, C+. But I'll definitely I can probably get to a higher level in Brood War than even I used to be, because the game is so mapped out. Like, we all know what to do in the game now. And my game knowledge is so much more than it was when I was like a fucking teenager, I feel. But anyways, yeah, it'll be interesting. I think the last thing, again, I think if they add a matchmaker, as long as they have matchmaking when StarCraft Remastered comes out on Battle.net, a matchmaker will really jumpstart, like, if there's actually a competitive ladder and like an active ladder for StarCraft Remastered, and there's like actually tournaments for it, it's gonna be so fucking good. Like, I think I'll actually be motivated to come back to Brood War and practice for this shit and get good. Anyways, so to end this video, StarCraft Brood War is amazing. It's nice that they patched the compatibility issues, full screen. Now you can stream it a lot easier. StarCraft Remastered is gonna be fucking amazing, and I hope that it all eventually, you know, I secretly do still fucking like SC2 a lot. I like it a lot. Even though, as much as I hate what they've done to the game, I still secretly have hope for it. I have hope. Starcraft Remastered is kind of giving, because of how good Brood War still is, even after like playing these games after all these years, seeing how good the game is and how well balanced it is, it's giving me hope. It's giving me a little sliver of hope that maybe Blizzard will start listening to the Starcraft 2 community and start patching SC2 again. Of course, you know, we'll have to see. Anyways, peace out, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on stream later today. Peace out, everybody.